For the collectors here, for all of you collectors. First off, my nose just stopped up and it's been like this for a week. The older you get, the more your body break down. 2 years ago, I had the hiccups for 2 weeks straight. Think the hiccups for 2 weeks straight. I had to go to the hospital. Don't know how it came about. But anyway, man, here we go. Woo, woo, woo. This is a hard one here, y'all. This is a hard one here. In the 80s, it was 5 names that stuck out to me. Michael Jackson, He-Man, Hulk Hogan, Mr. T, Mike Tyson. You hear me? The Iron Kid, Mike Tyson. Those were the most popular names in my world as a kid. And probably all the world. Because I guarantee you now, people 80 years old know the name He-Man, even though he was a cartoon. This is what this channel is about. A fantasy character. All this is fantasy on my channel. All of this is fantasy on my channel. However, Hulk Hogan was a very real person. Terry Bollea was a very real person. I was introduced to wrestling by my mother's mom and my father's father, Jack. My mother's mom, Alice. They didn't even know each other. So I couldn't escape it if I wanted to. Hulk Hogan is very real. I collect these figures here because I am a fan of the sport of wrestling. If Hulk Hogan was never in wrestling, I would still be collecting these pieces of plastic right here. It just so happens he was the most iconic wrestler. And yes, I was a fan of wrestling till I was about 25. After John Cena and Brock Lesnar, I don't know nothing about wrestling. I couldn't tell you nothing about wrestling after John Cena or Brock Lesnar. But I can tell you about this dude right here. Gave you the chills when he came out, you hear me? Gave you the chills. Those of you who was wrestling fans. My cousins and brothers and sisters, they weren't wrestling fans like that. I think I'm the only one who got bit by the bug. Like I say, I used to watch it with my grandma and my pawpaw. Rest in peace, both of y'all. But this man here, whew, it's a hard one. In his last 10 years of life, he got caught dropping the word nigga, nigga, nigga. I can say it, I'm a nigga. You know what I'm saying? But instead of apologizing for it, Mark Henry said, look, man, let's make this right, bro. Mark Henry said, I love you, man. I'm finna work. I'll work with you, Hulk. Let's make this right, bro. Let's go to black colleges and you can just talk to them, say what's up. And man, I promise you, black people, man, we the most forgiving people on this planet. Like, even after slavery and all that, we still not asking for no extras. You know, no handout, at least not me. You know what I'm saying? We're the most forgiving people on this planet. You could take a white guy and put him in a black club and hit that white guy or white woman, they gonna have a great time. They ain't gonna get attacked, rushed, or nothing. But vice versa, unfortunately, it might happen vice versa. If you go out to one of these, you know, smaller country towns that's still on that racist shit. Hogan decided that it was cool in his last 10 years of life. Maybe he felt like he wasn't relevant. Instead of apologizing genuinely, instead of going out to these colleges like Mark Henry said, he said, look, fuck it, this is me. Hulk Hogan was Hulk Hogan before he was Hulk Hogan. He was Terry Bollea. This is bigger than him being a racist. This is bigger than Hogan being a racist. And I'm not going to say Hogan because he's the fantasy character. I'm going to say Terry Bollea. Didn't nobody like Terry Bollea back in the 80s when the world loved him. Nobody liked him. Jesse Body Ventura, Undertaker. Like, he was hated in that locker room, man. Ultimate Warrior, Macho Man. Hated in that locker room. This is just about having a poor real life character. Now his fantasy character was phenomenal. This is his fantasy character right here. We all know him. Household name. Like Mike Tyson, Mr. T, Michael Jackson, He-Man. You know, like I just said, the names that was popping to me back in the 80s. In the last 10 years, he thought it was cool to just let people know that he was a racist, basically. He didn't care. He didn't care to apologize. He was getting booed. More white people hated him than black people because we don't care. We used to racist shit. We don't care, man. And the downside of that, he affected his family, man. Like his daughters and Brooke and the wife, like, nah, we ain't rocking with that shit. You know what I'm saying? But it ain't no different than Little Boosie or Snoop letting you know they a gangster. Like Snoop, at every award show, he gonna let you know he a gangster. He gonna say, I'm a gangster. However, it is not cool to be a racist. You can't let people know you a racist. Like, hide that shit to the day you die. I don't give a fuck. Because, like, Terry Bollea and Hulk Hogan is two different people to me. I'ma still have these pieces of plastic on my shelf as a collector. If I start collecting the Elites, Jack Specific, Hasbro, LJN, and Hulk Hogan is in the mix, I'm going to get me a Hulk Hogan figure. If Hulk Hogan was never a wrestler, I would still have wrestling figures on my shelf. However, man, shit, it's kind of fucked up. I ain't gonna lie, it's fucked up. You know, that this man's legacy is now like that, but he had no problem with it. He wanted you to know as he died, like, look, this is who I am. Like I say, I guess it ain't no different from Little Boosie and Snoop Dogg saying we gangsters. No matter what award Snoop Dogg win, he gonna let you know I'm a gangster from the LBC. But man, being racist is a different story. You know what I'm saying? You can't let people know that. You gotta mask that to the day you die. Like, but like I say, Terry Bollea is not Hulk Hogan to me. This is Hulk Hogan. This fantasy character. You know what I'm saying? It's probably gonna be the realest shit ever spoke right here about this subject. Unfortunately, he wanted you to know that he was a racist. He was a racist at the end of his life. George Washington, I just looked at a documentary on him. He hardcore racism. Like, hey, you know, it is what it is. Like, to me, that's just like saying corn flakes or Frosted Flakes. Okay, so that's American way. You know what I'm saying? You can choose to love this man or hate him. I can tell you now, most black people hating this dude, but there's more white people hating Hogan. Well, Terry. You can't take nothing he done away from wrestling. You can't take it away. Andre the Giant and this man right here, super iconic. You hear me? Super iconic. What they did for wrestling. But you know, I never had this man on no pedestal, nobody on no pedestal. I don't idolize nothing. Like, I learned that at a young age of 14, 15. Stop idolizing, because people, the world is full of lying eyes. Be careful who you idolize. Even though he was our fantasy hero, had cartoons, action figures, hey, not only did he damage his reputation, or maybe he didn't care. But like I say, even this family was like, damn, like, dude, chill, Hogan, like, you know what I'm saying? Hey, for the collectors here, signing out.